Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today's video, we're going to show you how I go about setting up a rod. I already picked the guides out. We're going to use a 125, 116, 110. This is an 8 with the split, and then this is an 8, just a single shaft, and then we'll have 3 6s and then the tip. Out of all the handles and stuff I got, I think we're going to go with this, do a split grip, about 6 inches in between. We got the arbor in there, front grip. I didn't pick out a hook keep yet. We'll have to put a hook keep on here. These are all my size A threads. These are the size D threads. I think we're going to do a dragon scale grip. I'm not sure what color scheme we're going to go with on this rod yet. If you guys got any suggestions for what we're going to do on that, I'm just going to show you the basics, how we lay it out. For the dragon scale, we are going to pick out, you got to put that together before you remount the handles and get the handles set up. Let me go over to my rack here. Let's see what we got for blanks. We got 2 white ones, 2 cobalt blue, 1 black. These are all medium, 7 foots. What we got over here? In this rack, we got a CRB black medium. Here's a medium MHX Elite Series. That's expensive blank. These are those prototype rods that we were doing in that live video. Here's one I was getting ready to set the guides on. I'm waiting for the tip to come in. That should be in tomorrow. We'll get that on and do that load test. We've got, this is a Living MN's rod. The epoxy should be in tomorrow for that rod. His ice rod's here. That's a medium heavy here. He wanted to get a nice pike rod. So that's ready to go. I just got to get some epoxy on and get that thing in the mail. So I'm going to get another camera set up. Let's, since we got so many of these white blanks, let's get one of these white ones. We'll get this white one here. Let me get the plastic off of this thing. Alright, we got the plastic off it. We got a ruler set up here. And I got marks on here along it for this rod blank. I know I'm going backwards, going from the 8-foot mark, but I don't know, it's just the way I do it. So we'll get another camera set up here. We'll put all this other stuff away. I don't know, maybe we'll do a wind grip. So I got a purple wind grip and these cool, they're dark purple with a fish on them. Maybe we'll do a purple and gold one. We'll get rid of this reel set. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out what we're gonna do for the handle, and we'll get another camera set up and I'll show you how I lay out this dragon scale and all that stuff. Okay, I set the rod up. I just set these pieces up against it, draw a line. So this is where I'm going to put the dragon scale. This is where this is going to go. You know what I'm saying? I set everything there so I know about where everything is. I drew all the lines with one of those China markers all the way where all the guides are going to go down the whole rod. So I got my butt wrap alignment tool. I'm going to set up the tripod and show you how I go about setting this up, because this dragon scale has to go on before we start. It's just easier. You'll see how I do it. You can do it with the handle on, but it's a lot easier to do it. It's a cleaner look. Then you don't have to do an end wrap on each end of it, you know, because if I did a dragon scale here, I would have to put a wrap on the end of it. And I just want it to be dragon scale going. The dragon scale will go right underneath this, and then it'll go right underneath this here. So it'll be underneath it seamlessly, and it'll look like it was there before the rod was built, which it will be. But let me get the tripod set up, and I'll show you this process. Okay, we got the tripod set up here. Let me find my workbench is a wreck. I don't know where my little fine tape is, but we'll just use this tape for now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna find the butt diameter so we could do the halfway point. I like to overlap just a little bit. And then I'm just going to draw, see, as you can tell, I went over that tape there. So I'm going to draw my line straight across onto both of them. Don't matter if you get any of this permanent marker on the blank, because you're covering that with the handle anyway. So we got our two marks there. What I'll do is I'll line these two up. Try that again. I started going crooked. But what we'll do is we'll line those two marks up the best we can, and that'll get us the halfway distance. And then what we'll do, I'm just gonna rip some of this tape off of here. Okay, so we got that tape on there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna draw so we're halfway around right there. So this tape is no good to us anymore. We'll remove that, and then we'll start laying this thing out. See if we can't get a closer look at what we're doing here. Maybe I can move this light here closer so it's not in a shadow. Hold on a second. That's a little better. And what we're gonna do, push that down. We're gonna get this line on the, let's see if we can lower this down some more so you can see better. Alright. So we're gonna get that line on the 0 mark. And we're only going from here to here. So we're just gonna put us a line every 5 millimeters. So Okay, I like to lift this up in the air before I rotate it because the ink is still wet on that pen. Now normally I would go half, because we're going so much on this, I don't think half is needed. So we're gonna, instead of going starting at 2.5 and then going every 5, we can just do every 5 millimeters again. This little tool is so handy because it holds the rod perfectly straight for you, and you get a straight line when you're putting all your marks on. I am using a permanent marker. I normally use those Crayola washable markers because I reuse a lot of the wraps I do for you. I do on samples, and I want to be able to keep using them over and over. So what I do is use the washable marker so I can cut the wrap off and go, you know, do it again. So that's pretty much it. So now we're gonna put this tool in the air, get that out of there. We're done with that tool now, and we've got our marks every 5 millimeters. So I'm gonna move this tripod out of the way. I'm gonna get the power wrapper out. I'm not gonna use the hand wrapper for this. It's just a lot easier with the power wrapper. You can use the hand wrapper, don't get me wrong. You can use it. It just takes a lot longer. Still haven't decided what color we're doing yet, but we're gonna figure this out here in a second. All right, we got it all set up in the power wrapper. So what we're gonna do now is get our tape on there. For what we're doing, we're not gonna need much tape because this is pretty much gonna be a straightforward wrap. I love to use the painter's tape because it don't stick very good, and it could easily be removed. Don't stick to the rod blank good anyway. The thread sticks to it just fine. So what I decided we're going to do is we're going to use a green metallic, and whatever color I'm going with, like the metallic color, I like to use the same close to the same color thread for underneath it to make that fishnet stocking look. And I'll show you what I mean by that on this. So we got all our marks on it. We know where our handle's going, so we want this in between the split grip to be a dragon scale. So we're gonna get right started on doing this dragon scale. Let's get this wrapper out of the way, and then we're gonna figure out how we're gonna do this here. So I do them all different, so just bear with me. So it looks like we're gonna jump every 5, is it? What we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. See, we're just jumping every 5 dots here. I'm keeping it fairly tight. We're keeping 5 dots in the center. So we're really going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitting the 6. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we would hit right there on the 6th. So now we're going to come back. We're going to hit about where we would, and we should hit every one of these things now. I was thinking about something, sorry. I start thinking, and then I end up pausing the rap, and you guys are like, why'd he stop? So I think I'm going to record the whole build of this rod. We'll record every bit of it. It'll be a multi-part thing, but it'll be separate videos because the multi-part ones do not they do not do good. So we're just going to make individual videos on each section of this build, and you can see how I do it. It's going to be non-fancy. I do have some big things coming up. We're going to be working with Dynasty Rod Customs on a few things. I'm going to do a video here, finish up the Living MN Outdoors. I don't know if you guys have him, but that is a great brother. I love his channel. I've been a member of his channel when I think he only had 250 subscribers. He's a great outdoor. Matter of fact, him and his wife, they're great people. So I don't know if you guys have those guys, but I recommend picking that channel up. They are great people. I can't say enough good things about them. Or just keep going across the dots where it's just going to look like, you know, like fishnet stockings pretty much. And then we'll go over the top of it with a metallic thread. And when that light hits it out when you're fishing, the sunlight, boy, it really pops. Everybody, this is one of the favorites out of all the wraps that I do for people. When they see this one, they tend to pick this one out for their handle more than the other ones. I don't know why, but they really enjoy it. We're almost done with this part. It's a real simple wrap, takes no time to do. And then I'll just put one coat of epoxy on it and then let it dry for a day or so. Well, normally a couple days. Let that epoxy really set up before I start grinding on reaming out those handles, because I don't want all that stuff to stick into the handle. I do have, with that epoxy that's coming, I bought a reamer set that I could put on a drill instead of reaming these things by hand. So that ought to speed up some time. The biggest and best investment I ever did for rod wrapping definitely was this power wrapper though. Man, if you don't have a power wrapper, I don't think you don't know what you're missing, because I'll tell you what, it takes your time in half. Now, I've seen people say that you could use the mesh sheetrock tape to do this, and I have done it, and I should do a video of what that looks like compared to what this looks like when it's done. There's no comparison. It looks like trash compared to this. I've tried it, was not a fan of it. I thought it looked horrendous. This is such clean, crisp lines. So I'm going to shut this video off for a second and get my tensioner set up, get my speed set up for my wrapper, and we'll get right into this. Okay, so now we're going to leave these ends. If you haven't already, why don't you consider subscribing to the channel. I got a lot of good things coming up. Sorry about that noise, I was getting my pedal set up. But we got a lot of things coming up here. I'm really excited about some new rod building stuff we're going to be doing here. Let me get this started. I think I need a lot more tension on this. Okay, we can release this. Get my scissors. Cut that off. Oh, something broke. Oh man, it broke. My string broke. Let's see if we can't save this. I don't know how that happened. Did you hear it pop? Let's see if we can save this. I don't know what happened there. Alright, we're going to pull our pull string in now. Let's just make one quick out of this green we have right here. I can't believe we saved that. It did not pop the string. Something happened in the spring on the tensioner relieved itself. I don't know why it popped out of there, but the tension all went away. Alright, let's get a little knot in this thing. Man, this knot is giving me a hard time. Anytime you're on camera, everything that can go wrong will go wrong, you know what I'm saying? Alright, I normally don't have this much trouble. This is a really one of my faster wraps here. Okay. Get a couple turns on that. There we go. Fire the wrapper up. I'm going to go past my mark where I want to go. Alright. We're just going to relieve the tension. And that's that. It's ready for epoxy. Let me see. the camera picks up the light transition on this. Let's go in for a closer look here. That's what it'll look like. It looks really good in the sunlight. But that's why I use thread and not use that sheetrock mesh. That's a perfect rack right there. The diamond shape is perfect. Let's go down a little bit, see if we can get a little closer. And you can see that reflection. Now when you epoxy it, it really pops too. It's a good looking wrap. It's very easy to do. You just seen we did that thing in minutes. Alright, so I'm waiting for the epoxy to come in. When the epoxy does come in, we're just gonna epoxy to the very edge of it here, and then we're gonna epoxy to the very edge of it on this side. Then we'll let it dry, and then we'll just cut those threads, cut the tape off. We'll set it on the rack, work on something else. Let that set for a day, 2 days, maybe even 3 days, because that black dust from the grips, man, gets in that epoxy and it's horrible. But that's how we're gonna get this handle started. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna video this whole rod. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm sorry I haven't been on lately. From before Christmas and after New Year's, I've been swamped with work and working with the state licensing board, getting new licenses for my company. But I'm gonna get back into videos. I got some big things planned for the channel. Some new style things we've got going on. I'm working with Dynasty Rod Customs. If you're not a subscriber to his channel, check him out. Living MN Outdoors, great people. You love outdoor stuff. This family, not just him and his wife, great people. Check them out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.